2 plus 2 is 5.
Yeah.
Every single time. You're talking about the U.S. military, right? The most powerful military in the world, period. For example, a beast with 7 heads and 10 horns.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck is that, you know?
Maybe the easiest thing is to, instead of getting rid of America, make America take over everything. And we're all America.
And God said, no, it ain't time for that. History has to unfold.
We have a very, very special third episode for you guys today.
Yes, yeah, we do.
Hide your cameras, mute your mics.
Y'all
we
gonna
have
lose your mind.
the Mr.
Hide the children.
The Inquisitor.
The Inquisitor.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you for coming on this episode. Thank you
All
for
right.
coming out here.
Glad to
Thank
be
you.
here.
Heck yeah, man. So,
Before we get started, though, I want to shout out Bravo.
yes, sir.
Yesterday was the launch party.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It was a success. We're wearing the merch right now.
Got the hoodies.
Hoodies.
Got my
green
boy wearing
shirt.
the navy blue tee.
Yes.
And then we have the green shirt out.
I just want to
So-
say I look good in the blue. It's my
Yeah,
color.
let's keep it pushing,
Okay.
though.
No, but for real, everyone that showed up, showed support,
yeah.
and people came up to us talking about the podcast. So
Yeah.
a lot of love and support. So thank you guys.
Appreciate you guys for tuning in, honestly. So,
Much love.
but without further ado, man, let's get into it, man. We have
The
the Inquisitor, man.
Yes, sir.
Man. So, let's start off like this. What made you get into conspiracy theories?
So I guess not really like conspiracy theories. I know that's a popular thing that people are into. No, I just started years ago. I'm talking 20, 40 years ago, just reading books. I told you guys that.
Yeah.
And I was going through some of them the other day, but I got a chance to look at, but I had put them away for a while. But just mainly reading and then being interested in the subject of like let's say just the one thing like the Illuminati, that type of thing.
Yeah.
I believe in
You know,
that.
what's behind that, people that are in it, and then what's their message, what's their goal, what's their ultimate goal. But things like that. Just interested in different subjects, even alien life, that kind of thing. Like for example, what was it, last week, 2 weeks now, we had the balloon come over.
Yeah.
So that's so what's
Is
up
it
with
from
that?
China?
It looks like it is. I mean, they're saying it is, but
quote
What do
unquote,
you
they're
think?
saying that they shot it down and they don't even know what it is. They're saying it's balloons. And it's kind of like, okay, you guys shoot this shit down. You
well,
guys
supposedly, I guess people from the ground, I think a reporter from the ground was the first to actually report it. So if he hadn't, if he didn't report it, the government might have not even said anything. They're just like, doesn't matter.
Brush it off.
Yeah,
brush
just,
it off.
Just regular.
See, but this guy reported it, so it came out. It came out. So they had to come up with something. But what I notice is the response to it from the government,
Yeah.
all parts of the government, is like, it's weak. It's pretty weak. I mean, it's a balloon. Who's it going to hurt?
Yeah.
But although supposedly there was espionage equipment,
Yeah.
they were spying, that kind of thing. So I believe that probably did happen.
I wouldn't doubt it.
The Chinese, I don't doubt it either. But the everything behind it, like, it came over states and went across the United States.
It went over Montana.
Yeah,
The nukes are
Montana.
there, so-
Why they let it go so long, and then two, why do you have to spend $600,000 for a missile to shoot it down?
Right.
Yeah. That's true.
I mean, there's got to be another way to bring that thing down. And
Yeah, I
not
thought they
spend
just
so
shot
much
it with
money.
the BB gun. man.
We
Look
could
at
have
me.
done it.
I could.
Yeah.
You guys could have
With my Daisy,
You
dude.
could have done it. Right?
You know what I mean?
And then after that, then all of a sudden you have sightings here, there,
Yeah.
or like another 3 or whatever it was.
Was that UFOs or balloons? They said
I heard it was
objects.
balloons.
They were calling
Okay,
them
Objects.
objects.
There was 3 that were shot. They said
Yeah.
one was an object, and then if I could be wrong, but I believe they said 2 were balloons, supposedly. I
Okay.
believe so. Yeah, and then all of a sudden you see all these videos, nobody knows anything.
Yeah, nobody knows anything.
We're not too sure what the object was.
And
it's
to
like,
me,
okay.
it's like the U.S. government, they could do better than that. I mean, there's been other, and I'm not this particular administration for me is they just appear weak.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything they do, but that's just my own, my own belief. It's like they're on top of stuff. They know what's going on. They know who's coming in, who's going out, all of that.
Yeah.
You don't have NORAD sitting up there in the mountains and then people watching every single thing. They're not going to waste their time on a balloon.
Right.
Having said that, then the other objects come up. So that was just somebody clowning around. That's just either the government
Yeah.
or people putting things up or whatever. There's objects in the sky. We know that.
Do you think the government's part of the Illuminati, or is the Illuminati higher? What do you think?
Yeah, I believe the Illuminati is higher than the administration or the U.S. government, right? They're higher. I mean, where they're at and how they operate. And it's not just our government. I mean, there's governments across. This is a worldwide thing.
Yeah.
But that's probably they take orders. They have. I'm sure they have their goals, what they want to do, what they want to accomplish. But anyways, I wanted to bring that up because it just happened recently, right?
For sure.
The objects.
Yeah. I was telling him this whole week, like,
Yeah.
man, like, come building up to this episode, I was just like, man, I gotta do my research. I'm so like fascinated. Like, don't get me wrong, I've always been fascinated with like some things like that's been going on, stuff like that. But I haven't been really intrigued until like he told me that you were gonna come out. So I was like, I gotta get on it because when he told me at first, when he told me like, oh man, I have somebody that's into this stuff, this and that. Like I told you before, I thought it was like Bigfoot. I thought we were gonna be talking about
theories.
yeah. I thought we were
The
gonna be talking about
alien mermaid.
yeah,
That one,
exactly.
yeah.
So like once you like once now that we have you out here and you're talking, I'm like, okay, hold on, I might not be ready. I'm like, I have questions about Bigfoot.
Yeah. No. I mean, even something like that,
Yeah.
it could exist. I mean, I don't know why it would be. This story's been going on for a long time.
For sure.
It could be real. I mean, but it's not. There's animals. There's creatures in the ocean that we haven't seen.
I believe
Has
that.
to be.
Yeah.
Has to
You
be.
see that? So there's stuff out there. I mean, that I don't think it's
How deep does your knowledge go with this stuff in the sense of like with theories or the conspiracies and all that?
Okay. Well, I guess it goes pretty. The way usually what I'll do is I'll talk with people. And then kind of get a feel for where they're at, what they're going to ask me. So it can get pretty deep. I mean, so it depends what your particular conspiracy theory is.
Okay.
Meaning, some things are just going to be made up. People are. I mean, I don't get on the internet very much and look at stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm more just like what I see, which is history.
Right.
And I think I've told you guys before, right? To me, it's got to add up. 2 + 2 is 5
Yeah.
every single time. See, but it's not. I mean, we know it's not.
Right.
Yeah.
My point is, people believe all kinds of things.
Yeah.
But does it add up? I mean, what does it mean? Does it add up? Does it have any meaning to it? So let's just say the Bigfoot is real.
Yeah.
And he's out there somewhere. Okay, so how's that going to change my way of life? Probably not very much, right? Or our way of life.
Yeah.
Just the creature or whatever they're seeing. Because I had a friend, his name's Willie, that I worked with, and he's a hunter, and he swears that when he went hunting, that he heard this creature whistling, and they could smell him. They were that close to this creature. They didn't actually see it, but they can hear. He said it does a whistle. I said, "Come on, Willie, come on."
Yeah.
Hey, out there
singing.
out in the middle of nowhere whistling.
Yeah.
He said, we could smell them too. I said, okay. I mean, I can see that. Yeah. There could be creatures like that out there.
I was just gonna bring up like the whole like how your buddy seen that. I've always tripped out like, oh man, like these guys are probably lying, this and that. But I'm like, there's too many coincidences of people seeing this guy seeing all these things. So I'm like, it gets me thinking like, it's probably real.
People are
just
trying to get paid too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not even. Yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying, like me seeing that,
Right.
I'm just like, there's too many coincidences. I don't know. I just
Maybe not Bigfoot, but I believe in aliens.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh,
aliens
for
are real.
sure,
Yeah.
I
dude.
believe in the mermaids. So, like
Alien mermaids?
what you call those? The
My Little Mermaid.
the ones that that looks beautiful and sings and all that. But
Oh, the sirens.
Yeah, yeah, there you
sirens.
go.
Yeah.
Like,
Nah,
I believe
but-
in those
yeah.
ones for sure. Not
Those
the
cool.
actual mermaids like on cartoon and Disney and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like
Alright.
I believe in those ones.
So, I have one theory I
Okay.
want to bring up with you.
Okay.
Have you heard of
check
it? It's called the blue, I think. Okay, I could be mistaken. I believe it was called the Blue Beam Theory. I don't know if you heard of it or project. I'm sorry, Blue Beam. Blue Beam Project.
Beam as in
Like laser
light?
beam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
So
I
I
know
think the
Yeah.
project was because I was talking to my brother about it.
Right.
So basically, supposedly like the government or whoever's up there,
Yeah.
there's gonna be like almost like, if I could simplify, it's gonna be almost like a high technical projector, and it's gonna like kind of fake the second coming of Christ type deal,
Oh, okay.
and it's
I
gonna
see.
like fake him coming down, and basically it's gonna kind of like trick everybody.
Like a hologram.
Yeah, exactly. So,
That'd
and
be
they
crazy.
said like the
Okay.
clouds are gonna kind of depart, and it's gonna be like a lighting body coming down from the heavens type deal, and everybody, and like when I heard this theory, I was like, oh, that's kind of dumb. Like that's a trip. Like that's messed up for them to fake it like that. But then when
Right.
you read the Book of Revelations, it says there's gonna be a fake, like not word for word, but like there's gonna be a fake God coming or trying to present himself as God, and it's like it's not. So that thing gave me chills. Once I heard about this project, I'm like, yo, we're getting close to it. Like,
Right.
I don't know. I feel I'm not gonna lie. I kind of feel it around the corner.
And he says that the government is behind that.
Well, I don't know. Like, I'm just saying maybe like it could just be a higher power almost. Like, I was looking into it. There's
Say-
theories on
Right,
it. It's
right,
not,
right,
you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know if you heard of it. That's why I was like, I was intrigued into
You
it.
know what? I think I have. There's different studies that they've and committees, and I think I have heard about that.
Yeah.
But and that's I mean that's possible that they could be thinking of doing that.
Yeah.
But they'd be wasting their time and
Why do
wasting
you
a lot of
think-
money on doing that. So the theory behind it. So let's do the math.
Yeah.
So they're saying that they have technology. They're creating technologies that they can
Basically project.
project,
Yeah.
do projections, which to me is like, we don't already have that. To me, it's like you should already have that.
Yeah.
I mean, that should already be there.
But my thing is all with timing though. That's what I think it is.
The timing,
Yeah, I
to
think
make
like
it look realistic
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah, like my
The
thing is like
revelations.
my thing is like
well,
I honestly could see it happening. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
The more I looked into it, the more it's believable. It's because in the Book of Revelations it's saying like the whoever comes as a false god type deal.
right.
He's
right.
like trying to get everybody to worship him because he's God, and everybody
Okay.
everybody's gonna look at it that way. When you see it, it's kind of like, oh man, it's a higher being. Of course you're gonna kind of be like it's God type deal.
Okay.
But like in the book, it's saying there's gonna be a fake God trying to get everybody to worship, and it's not him type deal. That's
Oh,
why
I
I'm
see.
kind of like
That's the
it's
only
kind of
thing that's kinda
believable.
suck, yeah, 'cause
you know.
it's like-
So that's why I like all these things that's happening with the world. I'm just kind of like
Right.
like it might be around the corner. We don't even know.
So
it.
Yeah,
if
I
they,
mean, that's true.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying like that's true.
So if they try to do a fake,
Yeah,
you said second coming.
yeah, right.
so
it would be the
the-
second coming, correct?
Yeah, some
Yeah.
people call it this, second coming, or they even call it like a rapture
yeah.
type thing. So if they did that, they do a fake one.
Yeah.
What are they going to do when the real one happens?
In the Revelations, it
Right,
was
right.
saying like basically it's the devil trying to perceive everybody that he's God, so he gets more people, false prophet, so he could get everybody like gather as many souls as he can, basically, to go with him into the lake of fire
Yeah.
type deal.
Okay, well, so we don't have the Bible. We don't have. If I had my computer, I probably could have brought some of that up.
Yeah,
I got the Bible on my phone.
Okay. Yeah. So actually, if we wanted to look something up,
Yeah.
we can find it.
Gary.
But you're right.
Look it up.
You're right about the fact that there's going to be so I guess we need to, if you talk about the book of Revelations, which is the last book,
yeah,
the book of endings,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like Genesis, the book of beginnings,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's the last book, and if you read it, yeah, you do read a lot of it is hard to understand.
yeah,
Because it'll talk about, for example, a beast with 7 heads and
Yeah.
10 horns.
yeah.
Like what the heck is that? You know, is that an actual creature or is it just speech, language that could be depicting, let's say, 10 nations, 10 political systems. It could
All
be
goes-
it could be
yeah.
like that. They see this beast rise out of the. So John, I guess the apostle or whoever wrote the book of Revelations, John, he's seen this beast rising up out of the sea. As they were standing on the sand, they seen this beast come out. So is it an actual creature coming out of the ocean, or is he talking about systems and political governments
Yeah.
and nations?
Yeah, that's a good way to put. I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
see
didn't
what I'm
think
saying?
about it like that.
So
yeah.
when you read the book,
Yeah.
which I'm sure is very accurate and true, and like you said, we don't have it right here. I mean, it's not unless you memorize it or something. There's a
Yeah.
lot of things in there.
It's just fresh in my head too, because I did
But
just kind of.
but some of the things you mentioned, it does say that. It does say that there was going to be that beast, and there's going to be an image of the beast,
Yeah.
and there's going to be an antichrist,
Yeah.
and there's going to be these different personalities or whatever they're going to be,
Yeah.
which is basically and I'm just using biblical references, meaning assuming some people don't even believe in the Bible. So if you don't even believe in the Bible, the conversation we're having right now about that is like it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
It's just talk. It's just we're having just
So, but you do believe
no. I do believe.
no,
that-
I mean you believe that we are in the end time.
Oh, yeah.
Beginning end
Do you
time.
think we're in
for
the
sure.
in the book of Revelation? As
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we living in it?
Yeah. I think that we are, and the reason is because there's many reasons, but one of the reasons is right now. I mean, what time is it?
3:12.
3:12, Sunday afternoon, 3:12, February. Where are we at now? 27,
26.
26. We are living in the future already.
Yeah.
In other words, it's not like the cowboy days
Yeah.
Yeah.
or Abraham Lincoln, or you go back further, whatever.
Yeah.
Uh,
We have all the technology.
Caesar the Great.
Stuff like that.
But what I'm saying is, we are living like in the last day. Tomorrow is the last day. The day after that is the last day. We're living in the last day. So the question, though, what you got to do then is you got to place the Book of Revelations, what it's talking about, into our realm. So let's say if you lived, you're back at a little house in the prairie, and they took their Bible and they read that whatever they read, the meaning of that would be different, way different to them. So they'd be like, "What the heck is it? What are they talking about?
Yeah.
What's this about?" For example, the whole world. Let's say the scriptures says the whole world's going to see the image of the beast, the entire planet. In those days, we're talking 150 years, 200 years ago, less than that. If they read that, everybody on the planet is going to see this creature or beast and whatever. It's technically impossible. Couldn't do it because you're on your horse. You got to go plant corn. You got to,
It wouldn't work type deal.
It wouldn't work.
Yeah.
They can read it and maybe even understand that it's in the future for them. They could understand that.
Yeah.
For us, a little bit different. We're in the future.
Yeah.
Right now, if you get an alert on your phone or TV or whatever, nuclear blast off Alaska, or whatever, we'll probably feel that thing. But what I'm saying is, you're going to know, the world knows instantly.
Yeah.
We're already plugged in.
So do you think by the whole world will see the beast? In this point in time, it's basically because of social media and networking.
Well, yeah,
broadcasting.
all the technology.
Yeah.
All the technology that we're talking about, which is leading to what you're saying, and you're referencing to the fact that are we like in the last day? Like, man, it's like kind of a little bit scary
Yeah, it is.
for the Book of Revelations to be completed, or for it to happen. Everything has to line up. So in other words, if you Google whatever right now, last 200 years, the technologies line them up. And you'll see that. Then the last 200 years, whether it's internet, radio, automobile, you name it. I mean, we're talking a very short period of time.
Yeah.
So man's been around for some people say millions of years. I don't know about that. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
But there was no technology back then, or was there? That's a different subject. Or
Yeah.
was there? See, back then. But from the times that we know, Abraham Lincoln, or whatever, presidents, George Washington, the Pilgrims, Cortez landing off the Gulf of Mexico, all of that. You know, they landed on what, 3 ships or whatever. They had cannonballs. They had, you know, okay, they had a little bit of technology,
Yeah.
not like what we have.
The computer was in 1946, like 80 years ago.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that was probably a military grade type computer.
Damn.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And it's been up, you know, obviously, right? You got it on your phones, right? You know,
Yeah.
Smartphone 1973, about 50 years.
You see?
Dang.
So in the last 100 years is the technology we're using right now. All this is just in the last 50 years or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
you see.
It's just
So-
getting more and more advanced.
Yeah, it's more advanced. Just think about, I'm more amazed about television than I am about the internet or even the phones or whatever. Because really that's where it all came from.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was small, we watch whatever, Lucy, whatever we like to watch, black and white,
Yeah.
you know, televisions. And it was like, wow. I mean, I was like, you're in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this, I'm talking 60, 70, 80 years ago, whatever it is, television.
Yeah, it's a trip. I never thought about
You
it.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Television could be the image of the beast.
Damn.
You see? So the question you have to ask is, what happened? What happened? Something happened.
Yeah.
Something changed. Well, you're into the last days. You see what I'm saying? You're in there. Now the technology is like what you mentioned earlier about the Blue Beam project, project, but things like that. Those technologies, they're all possible. I was looking at
That could even be an image of the beast.
Yeah.
yeah.
Projects it.
But that's
See,
what I'm
different
saying.
Now,
areas of the world.
now the image could be an actual creature or
Yeah.
image,
Yeah.
but he's only going to be shown on TV, internet, technology.
Yeah.
See, now you can see the image. So if the question is, are we there? The answer will be yes, because you're capable of doing that. Whereas before, you were not capable of doing that.
It's
Okay.
easy to get it out to the mass.
Well, yeah, when
Yeah.
you were in the Roman Colosseum, the gladiators, those days, you know, the Aztecs, they had no clue
Yeah.
or whatever.
So how'd they build the pyramids?
How those get there?
Well, that's you know,
That's a whole other
again, it's going to be technology.
Yeah.
People trip
That-
out on how like precise they are.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it even move. They said even move by like a couple inches, like
Yeah.
a centimeter type deal.
Right.
It'd be off.
I saw something crazy
Ended
saying
up so
that it's
perfect.
actually not like a triangle, it's a diamond. And underneath the ground, it's like flipped. Like
Oh,
it's
really?
a diamond shape. So they built it.
It could be a
out
weapon
and
we
then
don't
out.
know about. I mean, we don't. I mean, I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
but getting back to what you're saying is, it's that technology. As far as the Egyptian, did they build the pyramid? They did, but they have had to have help,
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
who?
especially. Well, that's what. Yeah, yeah,
The
and,
beam.
and that's where. And that's what I think. That's what I think too. That they had help from a higher
A higher
power. Knowledge, higher power,
Hmm.
or what we call aliens,
Okay.
or what I call angels.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So you
That's
do,
true because
You know,
I remember as a kid, you know, you see all these pictures of angels.
Right.
Looks like a regular person with wings, but if you
Right.
really see an angel,
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, dude, it looks scary as hell. Like it's so like
Well,
deformed. It's
and
crazy.
then not only that too, when we do the math on angels, right? That sounds kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
Some creatures probably do, because the Bible does say that some have wings and
Ah.
they're creatures in heaven, let's say.
Yeah.
But we know that if you try to fly from heaven with those wings down to Rialto, you're gonna bust your wings. It ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
So I have a quick question, especially with the technologies. Like, do you believe that there's this movie called Geostorm? Have you seen that?
Which one is it?
Geostorm, and it's like they shoot something up in the earth and everything to protect like protect us and all from like the Mother Nature, like
A
tornadoes,
gravity field type
yeah,
thing? Or, okay,
yeah. Like,
okay.
do you believe like the government could possibly do something like that?
I'm not sure how far they're into that, but I know I seen it on Star Trek. You see what I'm saying?
don't-
Beam me up, Scotty. Where they have the gravity. That's where we learn. I
yeah.
mean, we learn
Yeah.
that. But all of that was introduced for the reason so that we can.
Because we don't now
get our
if
minds
we see
used
it
to
real,
it.
exactly,
It's not
we're not
just-
gonna see it.
We think it'd be
Yeah, it's
normal.
not just
Exactly,
the
yeah.
movie. So people get lost in the movie, like let's say
Yeah.
Star Trek, beam me up, Scotty, all that stuff. You know.
Yeah,
But that's the message is the media. In other words, it's the television itself. That's the message, not the movie.
yeah,
Because what they're telling, they're getting everybody used to the fact that we're going to be able to do that at some point. Getting back to what you're saying is, yeah, I don't know how far. I mean, humans have control of that, but I know they've got control of it.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
And if they got control of that, most likely they, meaning aliens, we can call them aliens or angels, whichever one. They're the same creature, I think. They control, I'm sure they control our government.
All right. So in this topic, since
Yeah.
we're on it, I've been hearing also. You know how like I remember we spoke about this before, the mark of the beast. I'm thinking, oh man, it might be an actual mark, but then how you told me it's
Yeah.
like, what do we say? The form of paying, and like the Pompeii or yeah, it was the what was the video we watched?
We were talking about
Right.
like crypto and stuff,
Yeah,
but you were talking about
paying with your hands.
it's like palm pay,
Yeah.
like your palm.
Oh yeah, I saw. I
Oh,
saw
okay,
that.
okay, I see. What
Have
you
you
Yeah.
have you heard about it?
And you literally
yeah.
you scan your hand
Right.
over the thing, and it like a camera reads it, and then you pay like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that Amazon was kind of
Okay,
working
so-
on
Yeah,
something like
Amazon
that.
and Whole Foods, yeah.
My wife said that she's seen that as far as Amazon in
Yeah.
Europe somewhere.
Mhm.
There's a store or there's somewhere you can walk in, and you don't need money. You don't need anything. It has all your information.
As soon as
The-
you walk
the-
in, type
yeah,
thing.
and you buy whatever, and then it just deducts from whatever your accounts or
Yeah.
like that.
Jeez.
But the way it's going to get rolled out, I think, worldwide, it's going to be the mark of the beast, like you said. The message. I mean, the thing behind the mark of the beast is the main thing is not just the mark, and it could be digital. It's probably going to be digital.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And it'll be. And the thing about it is that you won't be able to buy or sell, meaning you can't even exist. You're gonna go hungry. You're gonna die
If you don't follow what
If
they're
you don't.
doing.
Yeah,
if you don't join the new world order.
Yeah.
You see, and they're to the point now where the technology is already there. They're just setting it up. They're finished. They're doing the finishing touches on it. Is what I think.
So based off that, for Christianity,
Right.
if the end time's not like happening in that direct time, are you forced to get the mark of the beast?
I think they are
yeah. I
gonna
feel
force
like
it, correct?
that's what they
but
going.
but,
Yeah.
but that brings me back to the whole that project in the sense of the book of Revelation saying everybody's gonna tell you, oh, it's him, it's our savior.
Yeah.
Right.
Meaning like they're gonna force us to kind of be like, this is him, accept him.
Yeah.
Accept him. And it's like, no, it's not. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
You gotta kind of like,
Yeah, because even in the Bible, it also talk about that stuff too and everything, like
Yeah.
to technology and everything. You know,
Yeah, and what's going to happen there is, let's just say, continuing the mark of the beast or this Antichrist,
yeah,
this individual, the reason, as far as the church, that's a little bit different subject, might be a different session maybe, but touching on that, so what it'll be is this person is going to actually be doing. It's going to be. It could be man. It could be robot. Combination of the two.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
technology,
yeah, yeah.
that kind of thing. But when this guy arrives, probably the planet, and it already is, going to be in so much chaos, so much war, so much strife, so much violence, and he's going to come down. He's going to say, he's going to put it to an end. I don't know if he's coming with his forces, or if he's an actual human being,
Yeah.
Illuminati type, that they'll come out and they'll say, that basically they're going to take over,
The world of all
no
worlds,
more
right?
countries, no
Yeah.
more nations. That's what I told you guys last time. That's where the problem starts, though,
Yeah.
right? Because when they get to that point, when they start saying, and that's why I believe that they're trying to dismantle the United States right now. When I say they, I'm just gonna come out and say it, whether people agree or not or whatever. That's fine. I have a right. I'm an American citizen. I can say
Yeah.
whatever I want to say.
Damn
Just
right.
just like you
Sorry.
can.
Hell yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So they want to do the problem. I said is right now, and even the U.S. military has been infiltrated by these forces, with the wokeism and all that nonsense or whatever. I don't want that stuff in my military. We got to be able to go do that, and then so what's the Illuminati going to do when the U.S. military says no? We're going to fight. Well, you're talking about the U.S. military, right? The most powerful military in the world, period, hands down, right? Not China, not Russia. It's the U.S. military. But they're being infiltrated too by these powers because they want a one world government.
Yeah.
They don't want the United States, Canada, Mexico. They don't want that. They want to make it all one. So when this guy comes and takes over, he's going to take over the entire planet. What I think they're having a problem with right now is they don't know what to do about America. America's in the way.
So do you think maybe the easiest thing is to, instead of getting rid of America, make America take over everything, and we're all America.
Okay.
Okay, so that's where'd you get that one? Did you get that from me? Did you get that one? Okay, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, or do you think like they're gonna try to make America kind of kill itself from the inside in the sense of
Okay, so those are
Civil
good,
War.
two good. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you destroy the Trojan horse.
yeah,
You go in, and then they come out. Right, the soldiers come out and they took over the city or whatever of Troy or whatever it was. I forget. But that's what they're trying to do right now. They're trying to weaken America so that these other powers continue to take over everywhere they are, and they're in charge of technology. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
That's them. So the problem is, this is where it's going to get really. So the thing is, if the aliens decide, they're going to decide at some point, or those angels are going to decide, they're going to be given a green light because they can't do it on their own. If they could, they would have already done it.
correct.
See, I say that. I look up like, where you at? Come on down, dude. You see what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like, let's do it. Come
Let's do
down.
it.
Tango.
Let's do it. But my point is, they don't, because they don't have a green light. And when I say that, the green light is up there.
Yeah,
That's like God saying, you go down there when I say you go down there. That's the boss.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's the boss. He's the one calling the shots. It sounds like all the noise and everything. There's no God, and you're fooling yourself.
He's just laughing at us.
You see, and so he's going to give the green light when it's time. Then he's going to say, okay, go in, and then now we'll pick it up where we're at. So they come in. When they look at all the countries on this planet, guess which one they look at and say, this is where we're going.
U.S.
Yeah,
US
gotta
of
be.
A, baby.
We're like a beacon, dude.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Because we're like geographically we're like so perfect in the
So
sense like
exactly.
where we're at, everything's just it's
Yeah.
so perfect compared to everybody. Like
Yeah, they the pilgrims, all that didn't just happen just by chance.
yeah,
No, it is all planned out. It's all planned out. Now, that's where it can go different ways. Conspiracy theories, it can go different ways. It all depends what side you're on, what you believe in,
Yeah.
who's your God. You serve the devil, you serve God. What do you serve? What do you believe?
yeah,
You know. But I think that's one problem right now is America standing in the way, and they're trying to diminish it. And it shows by the president. By all rights, I should be saying, hey, he's the president. You got to respect presidency.
Mm-hmm.
You do. And I do the office of the presidency.
That's what I was
But
going to say.
it- but
You can
it's-
respect the position, but not necessarily the man.
But
Yeah.
but
The
what's
position.
going on right now is like, wow. I mean,
Yeah.
that's crazy stuff. I mean, it's unbelievable what's going on.
Yeah.
And that's part of, I think, trying to break down America.
Yeah, that's why
So-
I feel so strongly about like it's killing itself from the inside. It's like
Yeah.
everybody. It's so
Our
like
own leaders are being weak and
divide
kinda-
and conquer. Yeah. Like I feel like me personally, I don't know too much about like American history. I need to, but I just feel like I've never seen America so divided until now. Like how divided. Like before, it's been like, everybody believed it, but like everybody kept it pushing. But now it's like you can't even have an opinion.
The left
'Cause,
and right.
Yeah, it's left and right. It's never,
Yeah.
in my opinion, I've never seen
Well,
us
people
so
getting
like that
sensitive.
where it's like you have to tiptoe about what you say,
Yep.
how you say it, and then who do you say it to.
Yeah.
It's like
And that's what they want. They want the chaos.
Yeah.
They want the confusion. They want that. What you were saying about America, you said something interesting too. That we were following what
Instead
Miguel was
of
saying.
bringing down America, just having America take over.
I have said that before. At work, I used to say that, and people used to look at me like, "This guy's nuts." I'd say, "Why don't we just make it one big United States of America?" Worldwide.
You did. I remember you saying that when I was little.
Did I?
You said that for a long time.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why? Because they're all coming here anyways,
yeah,
right? Coming from Mexico.
That's true.
The Canadians are pretty quiet, but I'm sure there's some of them coming over. There's a lot of them over here.
But all countries.
yeah.
But all countries, yeah, not just Mexico, not just Canada or whatever. And I have said that about the cartels. We need to get the angel of death up in the air and take him out. I'm just talking about cartels. I'm
Yeah.
not talking about.
I was like, wait a minute.
I'm not talking
happened?
about.
What are we talking about?
No, I'm not saying that.
Cartels. Yeah.
And the people themselves will probably, wow, we'll just make it one big. We'll take United States that way.
yeah,
And then they go, all right, that's what we were trying to do. We were trying to get in over here, but just bring it over this way. Well, of course, I'm talking kind of a little crazy. I don't think it's going to happen like that. But I think America still has a ways to go. I would say eventually it will be Babylon the Great.
So with that being said, all this, and then like
See, that was like I threw in like something that's like, I don't really like. I mean, I love this country, being
Yeah.
born here, my parents, and just being an American. But there's just a lot going on in this country, and I hope that's not the case. There's, it could be. There's indications to me that there could be Babylon at some point.
yeah,
It's taken over probably from these spirits, these angels, these things that are going to take over, and they're going to worship this God and this, because this person or this personality is going to be bringing fire down from heaven, probably miracles in front of it's going to throw people. People are going to go for it.
yeah.
Now the Christian church, what it's going to do, it needs to really think hard.
Well, with being all this said, with like the whole your speech, with everything, and like so, what he brought up that theory, the whole like, well, what if America takes over everything? And I believe that too because I don't know if you heard recently, Joe Biden just went to Ukraine. He did a visit over there, and so he did a funny thing. So what is it? I don't know what it's called, but it's something alarm. It's like when there's a bombing or something, like there's war going on, like those big
Amber
sounding.
Alert?
Yeah, like what, Amber Alert.
That's,
I was like Amber
that's the
Alert.
things you get on your phone.
Yeah,
like,
but
I
not
got
that
I
one.
got one the other day. Yeah,
yeah,
yesterday.
that's why I
Yeah.
said it.
But there's like an alarm, right? I forgot what it's called. And well, he was out there,
Okay.
and they were doing he was doing a press conference, whatever.
And the sirens went off.
Yeah, and the sirens
Oh,
went
okay,
off,
okay.
but he was wearing sunglasses. He was walking through. Nobody got scared. Everybody just kept facing the president as those went off, right?
Okay.
And then I remember just thinking, I was watching a video, and they said like, dude, this guy's a goofball because I forget who it was, but somebody that was like kind of working there. He said, yeah, they called Ukraine like hours before he was there, and they're like, hey, and they called Russia and Ukraine. They're like, hey, we're gonna have the United States president over there.
Right. So back
Stop the
off.
fight,
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they said, okay, you guys got the green light, go ahead, go over there.
Yeah, that's possible. I
Yeah,
mean,
they went
that's-
over there,
yeah.
and they told him like, the president's here, and then they did the alarm to make him look like a tough president, and it was just like because re-election's
Oh
coming
my
up and all that, and
God.
like,
Oh, I haven't heard
so
about that.
no, but I was just saying like,
What a
I just
phony, bro.
I just find this pretty funny, but I was just thinking about like, it seems like the more and more we say we're not trying to get into that war, we are, with this president. I don't know. That's why I think of like when he brought up the topic of United States taking over. Like, I just feel like we might get included into this war with Ukraine and
Well,
Russia right now.
It could be. I think just we just need a different administration. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
Because these people are like so weak.
Yeah.
It's not the America we're used to.
Yeah. No,
You know what I'm
no,
saying?
for sure not.
And to say that doesn't mean we're a bully. I mean, we still feed and supply the rest of the planet pretty much,
Yeah.
right? Well, guess who's helping Ukraine?
We are.
As far as the amount of money and whatever, the weapons, whatever it is.
Yeah, because even there was something else I read saying like China was like kind of supplying Russia a little bit, and then
Yeah.
we kind of told them, hey, don't do that, because
Right,
if you guys get in it, we're gonna get in it, and it's
Yeah.
kind of like,
Well-
what are we doing? You know, I don't know. I just find it funny, like.
But that's
all
a
this-
that's a good. I mean, as far as America, what I think what you're both saying about America taking over, I think there's a book I talked to you guys about it last time. Peter Zeihan, he talks about it's a lot about demographics, a lot about the United States geography, all of the nations.
Yeah.
How this one is perfectly. It's like
Well, it's crazy. You got to think how much power we really have. The other countries have to think about, well, what's the United States going to do if I do this?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
on us, it's like,
But it's not just weapons, though, too. You got to remember,
Yeah.
it's also our agriculture,
Yeah.
our lakes, our rivers, everything that this country possesses. China is having an issue with population. It's not a population control problem. They're no longer having children at the right pace to keep China afloat economically, and that's what this book's about that I had read a couple years ago. So yeah, Russia is a has-been country probably at this point.
Yeah.
China has the technology, but again, you know how everything says made in China? Well, China was made in the United States.
Damn right. All right,
So,
sorry.
you know, they stole the technology, a lot of the technology, not all of it, but a lot of it. It comes from here. Everything comes from here, right? And in the Book of Revelations, that little Bible there, but I think when it talks about Babylon, that's one thing that it throws me off a little bit. I don't want it to be, but it's not up to me if it's going to be or not or whatever.
Yeah.
But one of the things that's going to happen is Babylon is going to be destroyed in the span of 1 hour. So the question is it destroyed by aliens, China? What is it? It's not. It's not going to be like that. I think when it talks about Babylon being destroyed,
We know who.
the big man.
Big man. Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the span of 1 hour, and
That's
then
the
when it
big dog.
happens, when it happens, it's like a nuclear holocaust. When it happens, the smoke is going up, and then the Bible says that all the rich men, the poor men, the bondsmen, the slaves, everybody, governments, country, from afar they all look and they see and they all lament and they cry and they wail,
Yeah.
crying like babies, because
Like that's why
you heard something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I also have a question because I hear supposedly like those people and everything that believe in God and go to church and all that Christianity. They say that they get taken away first before
Okay.
anybody else. Like, do you believe that?
I do believe that it does say that. It doesn't. I don't know about the timeline. In other words, I don't think they're just going to get off scot free. I don't think that the modern. I wasn't going to get into that. I'll get a little bit into it. The forces that the modern church is dealing with, they're demonic. I mean, you're talking about, you're dealing with. No other church in history has dealt with what's going on right now, right? So the modern church is under attack, physically but mostly mentally, right? So the modern church, let's say there's a church, that church is supposed to be raptured, or I think the meaning of that is as I say, is going to be transformed like in the twinkling of an eye. So what does that mean? That means that all these people, let's say millions of Christians,
Yeah.
if that's what we're saying, are going to be transformed in the twinkling of an eye. What does that mean? That means that their bodies, just like when Christ died and then he rose from the dead and he went to heaven, well, his body was, the body they were seeing was not the human body. It was him, but it was transformed. The cells were changed. So when the church is raptured, that's what's going to happen. Some will come out of the graves. Some will be living, walking, and you've seen, probably heard stories or whatever. You'll see people's clothes just fall on the ground or whatever, and they're gone.
Yeah.
And that's where they're trying to fake out, right? That's what you were talking about
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah.
So that's what that is. So, and what we're saying is that's what God means when he says that he'll give you eternal life. That's immortality. That's what Christians will achieve if they're faithful and if they follow, the Bible and they live the way you're supposed to live. That's what the end goal is. You'll be transformed into a new creature, because the angels fell.
Yeah.
A third of them came down because they were perfect to an extent. Well, then God created man from ground, and all this history that we've gone through, so that this Christian church can be transformed into the new creature that's going to be in power at that point.
So, to piggyback off what he said, you kind of answered it. Do you think it could happen a couple of different ways? Do you think your body would just drop and you're gone? Do you think you'll disappear? Do you think because it's end times, like you'll die from whatever and then you'll transform?
No, I think wherever you're
Yeah.
at, standing, sitting,
Snap of a
whatever,
finger.
It's gonna be
your
instant.
soul,
It's
like,
gonna
you'll be
just
gone.
gone.
So
That's
Thanos
crazy.
Your
is,
body.
bro.
Yeah, and
That would be crazy.
yeah,
too.
and then you'll receive a new body, which is
Eternal.
even more perfect, let's say, than what the angels had.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? So this is the new creation. That was the old creation, and that's now you're the beginning of something new that it's like nobody ever talks about. I don't know if I finished about Babylon, but everybody was crying, and then it gives you like a whole list because of the wine and the gold and the silver and the ivory and the turquoise and the technology. They might as well say that the technology of the foes, and and they're going to lament because Babylon is gone. And it wasn't attacked by a country; it was destroyed by God. Judgment.
The Inquisitor.
Hey, we're just kidding though.
We're just kidding.
We're just kidding.
Allegedly.
We're just kidding.
Did you hear me say that before?
Yeah.
I said that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you said that.
At the end of the conversation.
Because
I'm just kidding.
because after you finished the conversation, we all like were quiet. We're kind
And
of
it was
like,
damn.
that's crazy. And over here,
We're thinking.
we're just kidding.
It's a
We're
joke.
thinking heavy into it.
Yeah,
He's
I
like,
mean,
"Nah, I'm just
But Christianity, that's one thing I've been thinking about lately.
Yeah.
Is like, where are we at? What's going to happen?
Mhm.
Under attack. I'm not at all against churches,
Yeah.
preachers. I'm not going to get into that. That's
Yeah.
not what.
yeah, I've never been to, but like, I don't know. It just,
I was once.
I remember, for a while, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was questioning it, like, damn,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like I was everybody, is there a God?
Yeah.
And I remember, like,
It's not wrong to be curious.
yeah,
it's
I've
not wrong.
always believed that there was, a God. I just didn't know, like, I always felt very lost in the sense of like, dang, we're sinners. We think like sinners.
Yeah.
And it's like, I remember there was a time where I felt so lost where I was like, man, if I die, I'm going to hell. I don't know what's
Right.
gonna happen.
Yeah. I
But
feel you
after
on
I
that.
kept looking into it, and it said like, as long as you're faithful and you know who's your savior, who's your king type deal, it's like you're saved.
Yeah, it's got to be that because otherwise nobody will make it.
for
Right.
sure. Yeah.
Humans, ever since humans fell in the beginning, it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, he already knew what you was going
Right.
to do before you
Exactly,
you,
so-
you do it.
Yeah. And this is the way I thought about it when I was young. Either you believe or you don't, right?
Hmm.
If you don't believe and say it is real, but you don't believe and you die, you go to hell, right?
Yeah.
Say you do believe, and now you're gonna say it's real or not real, right? If
Mhm.
it's real, you're go to heaven. But if it's not, you're already dead.
Yeah.
Don't matter.
Yeah.
Why not take the chance? Get right with God, and then when you die, either you make it or you don't. Versus taking your chances of not believing.
That
And
ma-
now-
Yeah.
now you're
that's a
really
good
it just
point, yeah.
honestly, like,
Good
I
point.
feel like
That's a good point.
it's just hard to get back into church and all that because like the old school church people, they used to say like tattoos and all that other stuff is
Oh,
not
yeah, I know what
you
you're
know,
talking about.
Sins.
and
know what?
now
Yeah.
the pastors and all them be having tattoos, full sleeves and all that. So
Well,
it's like,
I went to a church the other day about that, and he
Mhm.
was like a drug addict. tatted up.
Yeah.
But he's saying he went down the wrong path, but God saved him.
Yeah. No.
And-
No.
and
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
wears his story on his sleeves as
Yeah.
a reflection.
That trips me out. Like how you were saying, like a lot of like at least back in the days. I don't know how it is now in the sense of like at least when I go to church, sometimes it's not like that. But
Right.
yeah, they're very judgmental, man.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't
Some
know.
And that's the thing, though.
Yeah,
that-
some
and the Bible
churches,
said
yeah.
not to judge and
Yeah,
all,
exactly.
or for you'll be judged.
You're not at the right church, dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think part of what's going to happen is before Babylon is going to be after the fact. This rapture
Mhm.
is going to be before that. But before all that, I think the present modern day Christian church is going to be tested.
Mm-hmm.
They will be tested,
Okay, before we end,
and you
I,
might have to give your life. You might have to.
Yeah.
I want to ask this question before we wrap it up. Do you think I know it might happen in our lifetime, but do you think the end day, I'm talking about like
Yeah,
real
yeah.
judgment day, is gonna happen when we're still alive? You think, in your
Well,
opinion, like
Yeah, I mean it's hard to. Even the Bible says no man or
Yeah,
nobody knows the
anybody-
time or the hour
Yeah.
or whatever.
Only
It
him.
just
But
happened
it'll
right now.
tell you
I know.
like in Matthew 24 or whatever, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall also be the second coming of Christ. So what was it like in the last days of Noah? Right prior to the ark, and then everybody got destroyed. Boom, there it is, right? Even God said he repented that he even made man.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And then afterwards, then there was that Tower of Babel I told you guys.
Yeah.
Afterwards, it was that.
yeah,
And I told you that they were building this tower because they want to reach the heavens, and then God came
And-
down. And then
Yeah.
he changed the. They couldn't understand each other's language because it was all one language at that point.
See, that's
so
crazy.
So
though.
Babel, he confused the languages. So what was it that they were thinking? And he said, if I don't stop them, they'll do whatever they imagine to do.
Mhm.
Well, what do you think it was they were trying to do? This.
Dang.
This is what they were
ooh
trying to do.
man,
Dang.
ooh
You know what I'm
man,
saying?
That's crazy.
How long? How many? 300 years to get to where we're at now, from the days, whatever it is, the Aztecs, whatever, 300 years ago to now. Technology is where it is now. All they needed was 300 years.
and it's spiked up.
Yeah, and but he's seen that, and God said, no, it ain't time for that. History has to unfold.
Yeah.
Oh man, wait, hold on.
Damn.
Stop them,
Yeah,
right? Because they said they were putting bricks. It wasn't. Think about it. Do the math. Can you build a tower and
Chills.
get into the atmosphere? Of course not.
Yeah.
You need a spacesuit.
Right.
You need technology. You need math.
dude, that's
You
nah,
need
that I'm not gonna lie, that
arithmetic.
tripped me out hard right
And
now.
I'm not even getting into sorcery and astrology and all
Yeah.
that other crap that exists out there. You see, I'm not even getting into that. That's
Damn.
what they
That's
were.
a way
That's-
to end it right there.
Yeah, bro.
Dude,
Damn.
nah, that you wow, that was whew. That
see
one
what
that
I'm
one
saying?
got me.
And you
We
believe
just
like
happen
we're
to be
in the
living-
second tower, you said, right?
Yeah, so that was, I call like Tower of Babel 1.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And now this is the sequel, but this is what we're in right now is what they were wanting to do.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted. They knew it because they were being told. They were being fed the information,
Yeah.
just like Einstein was and everybody
Mm-hmm.
else. Somebody's giving them all that information.
That's crazy.
It's coming from somewhere. You see what I'm saying?
But saying that is like,
Dang.
it's like I'm not gonna make it happen now. Let history unfold. That's
Yeah.
That was
crazy.
deep.
That was
That was
good.
deep.
Yeah.
Good one, huh?
Man. Hey,
I'm just kidding.
I'm just
hey, we're just kidding though,
It's a
man.
joke.
We're just kidding.
Yeah.
Man.
There's something to think about.
It's just
First and foremost, I want to thank you again for coming on
Yes,
this
sir.
podcast. Doing your
Man.
thing. I hope
always
everybody,
blow our mind. Always.
honestly, that was that
Always learn
was
something new.
Yeah.
I tripped out right now, man. Damn, that was good, man. Damn, that was a good.
And,
Wait.
and that's what
Man.
the conspiracy theories and all that. See, it all that falls all into like the packages. This is a
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
This is an explanation.
I think
of
that's
what
why I like
think.
him so much because it's not only one thing. It could be
It's a
this
history of things. yeah.
exactly, and it all just it's crazy how everything kind of unfolds but leads up to the same thing
Yeah.
to an extent, you know. So, yeah, man.
Alright.
Thank you again for coming on
Alright.
here.
Yes, sir.
Like, you know,
All right.
so thank you guys for watching, man.
Oh,
Hope
yeah.
you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe.
Oh, yeah.
leave
We're
a
going to have him
comment,
back.
you know.
Watch.
And you never know, man. If you guys, have an interesting story or whatever you want to
yeah.
share, reach out to us. You never know. You might be sitting in the chair. We might be talking to you. So
Yes, sir.
hope you guys enjoyed, liked it. Once again, shout out to our boy.
Lift
For
culture.
baby.
Yes,
We out here
sir.
repping this thing. We'll see you guys on the next one, man.
Wrong heads in the cloud. We out.
Sir.